Welcome back to the Mowing in the Dark podcast. I am your host, Aaron Sutter. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Guys, just a little update here for my day today before we jump into the podcast. It was a really good day today. However, I got some bad news. So at the end of the day, I noticed that right after we did our last lawn of the day, that there was this black substance on the deck of the mower. And I think you guys know where I'm getting at this. So my Toro Multiforce has over 2,000 hours on it. And I just had it into the dealer a couple of weeks ago to have the tensioner pulley and arm replaced. So I had that done. Cost me $500 for that. And now I've got an oil leak, a bad oil leak. I put almost a quart of oil in it when I got home, and it was leaking really bad. We had to mow our own lawn today. It was leaking really bad. So I'm going to take that mower back into the dealer tomorrow just to see what they say, see what, have them look at it, see if it's even worth fixing, or whether I should just purchase another mower. And so with that, I'm kind of just preemptively shopping around for different mowers. And I got to tell you guys, these prices are out of control. I mean, $14,000 for a stand-on mower. That's ridiculous. It's just simply ridiculous. I bought the Toro Multiforce that I have for $9,000. Back in 2016. Mowers are up $5,000 in 6 years? That's ridiculous. So that's basically almost $1,000 a year that mower has gone up in price. Now, granted, I understand supply and demand. A lot of people are buying the Toro Multiforce now. They weren't back then when I bought it. The dealer just wanted to get rid of it. So I understand that the price needed to go up. I get it. It's a very nice machine. I've been very fortunate to be able to have that machine. However, I'm really price shopping right now because inflation is so high. Everything is more expensive these days. I gotta cut costs. That's my number one goal in business, is to cut costs. And so with that, I'm trying to find the best mower for the best price that I can. So I'm still, I'm looking at Toro. Excuse me. I'm looking at who else was it? Exmark. I'm looking at Skag. I'm looking at Bradley mowers. If you've never heard of Bradley, they're probably the cheapest commercial mower on the market because they go direct to consumer. They don't have the dealership middleman, which is pretty cool, and they're well under half the price of a Toro Multiforce, and they're still built fairly well. I'm doing my research on those just to see, that might be a good option for the next 2-3 years, because I've had the Multiforce for 6 years and it's done really well. If I could get this mower that's half the price, less than half the price, to give me 3 good years, that would be well worth it. I mean, it's a little over half the price of the Multiforce when I bought mine. So the cheapest Bradley 52-inch deck that I saw was $5,800, I think, something like that. So it's a little bit more than half of the price of the Multiforce that I bought. But it's well below half of the new mowers that are out there. So, well, yes, there's a lot of features on the Bradley mower that are missing or lacking, that doesn't have the creature comforts. But you know what? I like simple. I like things that don't break. I like things that just work. Just bare bones equipment that works. So we'll see if I have to purchase a new mower. We'll see what I go with. I don't know for sure what I'm going to go with. I'm still price shopping, still quality shopping, because whether you guys know it or not, I'm watching a lot of your videos. And so, like the Skag mowers, uh, Blake Albertson from B&B Lawn Care, he has made tons of videos on the Skag mowers, okay? He's had the Skag mower in the shop probably 3 times since I've been watching his videos. That's 3 more times than I've had the Toro Multiforce into the shop. So, I mean, I'm looking at that stuff. So any of the videos that you guys are posting out there, if you're taking your mower to the shop, that tells me there might be something a little cheap on there, but I'm paying premium price when it has cheap parts. I don't like that. So I'm paying attention, and I've been paying attention to all these guys that are making videos out there to really pare down what mowers actually work well and stay out of the shop and which ones don't. So that's what I'm looking at right now, because I need a mower that works for me. I need a mower that's going to make money, that's inexpensive but quality. Because as I continue to re-listen to the book Profit First, he talks a lot about cutting costs, trying to cut costs anywhere you can. And I'm thinking that, especially in these times, Bradley is looking really good because they are well below half the price of a lot of these other mower brands and still seem to be fairly quality, even if I only got half the lifetime out of it as I did my Toro Multiforce. That's still below half of what I paid. So, I'm thinking that could be a real way to go. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm a little stressed out, but we're going to keep moving forward. It's late at night. It's almost 10 o'clock. So that's late for this old guy. But, it is what it is. But we're going to keep pressing forward, keep moving forward. I'm going to take the mower to the dealer. We're going to find out what's actually wrong. Hopefully it's just some sort of seal and it can be replaced in a day and I could be back out on my lawns mowing with it. For now, the Gravely's going to have to be the stand-in. It does okay. I don't really like using the Gravely as my full-time mower because it is slow. But we're gonna make do with what I've got. So let's jump into today's topic, which is I never answer my phone. Now, there's a couple caveats there. I answer my phone if my wife calls or my son calls. I answer my phone if it's someone I know. If it's a client that I know, that I have them programmed into my phone, I will answer that call. Anything else, I don't answer. And a lot of you guys right now are like, this is stupid. I'm turning this thing off. Just hold on. Just hold on. Wait. Let me explain myself before you run out the door, okay? Because I have, I think, a really ingenious way that this all works, okay? Now, it might not work seamlessly, but it really works for me. I'm solo primarily. My son works with me just 2 days a week, and that's when he's out of school in the summer. So I'm primarily solo, so I have to save time somewhere. This is how I'm doing it. And I learned this from Julio Tomei, my buddy Julio Tomei, up there in Canada. He did a podcast on this, and he didn't say he never answers his phone, but he did say that what he's done is he took his voicemail and he recorded a message in there saying that he's very busy, because we are. Solo guys are probably the most busy in the industry. Everybody wants us because they want one contact person, the person that's going to be on their yard. They want to know you, the owner. There's a lot of value in that. I get that. There is tons of people in my area that want me to do their lawn. I just don't have room because they want to know who their contact person is. They want to be able to see their face. You know, they want to know who's on their property. I get all that. So this is what I've done. I recorded my voicemail on my phone, my voicemail message saying, "Hello, thank you for calling Lansing Lawn Service. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to the phone right now. I am very busy. But if you would like a faster response time, you may visit the Lansing Lawn, www.lansinglawnservice.com and fill out our Contact Us form. That will get a quicker response." And I say, please allow 24 hours for me to respond. I cannot tell you how many people go to the website. It is phenomenal how many calls I get, how few voicemails I get, and how many Contact Us forms I get. So, what this does, it does several things for me here. All right, it saves me from having to listen to a voicemail and then re-listen to it because I couldn't quite understand what their address was, or I couldn't quite catch their phone number or their name. And I don't do any of that anymore. It saves me that time, okay? So now I save 5 minutes right there. Plus, I'm not stopping in the middle of a lawn, turning off the mower, answering my phone, saying Lansing Lawn Service, like a desperate guy who needs lawns all the time. I got to have lawns. I got to answer my phone right now. No. And what spurred this on, I just happened to remember this. What spurred this on is I was listening to a podcast this morning. I think it was not the Mow to Grow podcast. I can't remember. It was Jeremiah Jennings, whatever the name of his podcast is. I don't remember it. Sorry, Jeremiah, if you listen. But what spurred this on is he and his wife were talking about him answering the phone while they were on vacation or at dinner or, during family time. I don't do any of that. None of that. I'm not concerned with my phone. We cut grass, all right? It is not that urgent. No matter what, it is not that urgent, okay? Now, if a client of mine dies, it's sad. I mourn for that family. For me, that is not urgent. My family is here. They need to be my focus when I'm at home doing family things. All right, so this works in that way. It is like my answering service. It is an answering service. All right, it puts a little bit more effort onto the person calling. They have to click out of the phone. They have to go to their web browser on their phone. They have to type in lansinglawnservice.com. But you know what? It takes literally 5 minutes, and the 5 minutes that they do is not 5 minutes that I have to spend as a busy business owner. All right? In the spring and in the summer, I get 6 to 8 calls a day, which it doesn't seem like a lot to you guys. For me, as a solo guy who has a full schedule already, that is a lot. All right? And not only that, as a solo guy with a full schedule, you guys, I've talked about it on a podcast before, I am only taking on neighbors of existing clients right now. That means I am turning down 99.999999999% of all inquiries that I get. This saves me so much time. So I get inquiries all the time on my website. And I get a phone call in. I don't get a voicemail. They go to my website. They fill out the Contact Us form. I get their name. I get their phone number. I get their address. I get what they were interested in. And I can respond on my time. When I have time. I've already told them, allow me 24 hours to respond. I already told them that. And if you want faster response times, fill out the contact us form. So now I'm responding to clients on my time, not on the client's time, because no matter if their grass is 5 feet tall or if it hasn't even started growing yet in the year, it's just grass. It's not that urgent. You're training your customer from the outset that, yes, you're important. I want to hear from you, but it's not that urgent. You can go to my website and fill out the contact us form, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as my son would say. It's literally amazing. Now, it does another thing for me as well. So not only do these incoming calls not bother me, because number one, if they're not willing to go to my website and fill out the contact us form, they're not willing to do that. They're probably not a customer I want, because they're probably a customer that only wants to pay by check or cash. I don't want check or cash. I want card on file. They're probably not my kind of client. It has a level of weeding out. Okay? So that's another thing. But the biggest thing for me and my business is that it drives more traffic to my website. This is key. All right, this is key. My Google My Business listing gets a lot of hits, okay? That gets great hits. Not a ton of people from that visit the website. I mean, yeah, there's a lot that do, but there's also a lot that don't. They'll call. What this does is this just brings them full circle. Visit my website, fill out the contact us form. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And now, what has happened since I started implementing this is my website analytics are getting better. They're steadily going up every month. And my rankings on Google continue to go up, because not only am I driving my phone calls to the website, my Google My Business is driving people to the website. Not only is Google My Business doing that, but my YouTube channel drives people to my website. This podcast drives people to my website. Instagram draws people to my website. Facebook. You get what I'm saying? And I don't pay a dime for any kind of SEO work, because I'm constantly got all these streams that are pointing towards my website. That is the power of not answering your phone. Now I get it. If you don't have a website, you're strapped in. You're locked in. You have to answer that phone to get new clients. I get it. I get it. You have to answer that phone. You're a slave to the phone. If you just have a Google My Business listing, you're a slave to the phone. You got to answer that phone to get new clients, unless they're a walk-up. But I talked about that recently too. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a slave to my phone. So what I did is I listened to Julio's advice. I switched my voicemail message and drove all of the phone traffic to my website. And if they don't want to go to the website, I understand, but you're probably not my target customer anyway, because you want to pay by cash or check, and you want to be in control, and you want to monopolize my time. Those that are going to the website understand that I'm a business owner. I already said in my voicemail that I am very busy. I'm overwhelmed with work. Please allow me 24 hours to respond. I've had people that call me on the phone and the same number calls me back again 2 to 3 times. That is not my ideal customer. You have grass. I cut grass. It's not that urgent. I don't even care if you got a notice on your door. All right? It is not that urgent. So you have to understand that everything that you do in your business pertaining to onboarding clients and all of this stuff is training your clients on what you are willing to do. So if you're going to answer your phone at 8 o'clock at night to get a new customer, you're training them that they can call you anytime, day or night, for anything, and you'll pick up the phone. My clients know that if they want to communicate with me, all they have to do is send me a text. I'd be happy to send them back a text right away. Because I'm not talking on the phone while I'm with my family. A text, I can say exactly what I want to say. I can revise it. I can sound more professional. I can give an exact time. I can look at things like I can open my computer, look at my schedule if they need something changed. On a phone call, that's harder to do. And they're monopolizing my time and attention. With a text, I can respond at my own leisure, shall we say. So this has worked so well for me. I can't even express how grateful I am to Julio for putting this information out there. If you guys don't listen to the Lawn Care Business Success podcast that Julio Tomei does, you need to start listening, because he's a solo guy primarily. I think one of his boys works with him every now and again, but he has dialed in his business so it's more automated, because us solo guys, we don't have the kind of time that a larger business has. I'm not going to pick up my phone at 8 o'clock at night to get a new customer. It's probably not a customer I want. They're going to monopolize all my time. So I would encourage you guys to change that voicemail message on your phone to say something like, "We are swamped right now. We're very busy, but we would be happy to respond to you within 24 hours. If you go to our business website, whatever it might be, and allow us 24 hours, fill out the contact us form, we'd be happy to get back to you." If they're an existing customer and they need something, they will leave a message. Or they'll text you. Or they'll email you. It's that simple, guys. It really is. And you don't have to pay an answering service. Everyone is used to a voicemail message. Are you going to lose some leads? Yes. Yes. But you know what? I say, like I said before, I say no to 99.9999999% of the leads that come in anyway. Because I want neighbors of existing clients. That's all I can handle right now. This is so important, guys, to train your customers or your clients, I like to call them clients, from the beginning, that you are not at their beck and call. It's just grass. It's just shrubs. It's just fertilizer. It's just sod. It's just mulch. It's not life or death. I've been in life or death situations many times. This ain't it. All right, this is not it. All right. I mean, I have had to swing under a dead person's arm to try and draw blood. I'm serious. I'm not joking around. I used to be a phlebotomist. If you listen to the podcast, you know that. Worked in a hospital, worked in the ER. Trust me, this is not life or death at all. Period. Case closed. You shouldn't be treating it like it's life or death. That one client, that one lead, that one phone call that you answer at 8 o'clock at night is not going to make a difference in your business overall. I'm sorry, it's not. Because you will take on that client, you will be miserable because they will continue to call you at 8 o'clock at night because you have trained them from the get-go that it is okay to call you at 8 o'clock at night. And you will answer the phone. Sorry. So I'm just in that mode of training clients from the beginning that this whole thing, it's on my terms. You can follow my steps and get a faster response, or it's going to take a couple of days for me to call you back. It is what it is. It's just the way I play the game, and it works for me. It may not work for you, but I know it works for Julio. Okay? So if it works for me and it works for Julio, it might work for you. I would really encourage you to at least try it. What can it hurt to try it for 2 weeks? Just 2 weeks. If you get 3 leads a day, just try it for 2 weeks. If 2 of those 3 go and fill out your contact us form on your website, how good would it look if when you got back to them and sent them an email back, you already had, whatever it might be, you already had the estimate prepared and you sent it to them? How good would that make you look? Instead of returning their call, having to get them to say their information again because you have to write it down, you have to ask them a bunch of questions. What if you had that estimate already prepared when you emailed them back? I'm telling you, 99% of the customers that I get, that is what I do. They send me a contact us form. I don't even contact them back. I go to Google Maps. I look at the property as best as I can. If I can't see everything that I need to see, I will contact the customer and say, thank you for contacting me. I would love to come out and look at your property. I will be there whenever, such and such date or tomorrow or whatever, such and such a time to look at the property. If I can see the property and get a good enough look, I'm making out the estimate right then and there and sending it with my introductory response. Do you see the difference? Do you see how good this makes your company look? And all the while, you're training the client that this guy's on top of it. Yeah, I had to go to his website, but look what he sent me back. Within 24 hours, I had an estimate, and within 15 minutes, I was onboarded. I gave him my card on file. He will be here tomorrow to mow my lawn. How good does this make you look? Compared to, well, now I got to answer my phone or return this phone call, and now I'm, jibber jabbering. We're having a conversation about somebody's grandparent that died, and their dog is sick. Their dog has cancer. They have tumors. Their dog is laying giant splats of just nasty in the backyard. They're telling you their life story, wasting 20 minutes of your time when really all you needed to do was send them to your website. You could have had the estimate in their hands potentially within minutes and have them onboarded. That's the difference that this has made for my business. And I'm really hoping that some of you listening will try this and see if it works for you. Again, there is a caveat. You do need to have some place to send these clients with a contact us form. All right, so you do need a website if you're going to do this. But in today's age, I really feel you should have a website anyway. So, with that being said, I really hope you guys try it. I hope it works for you. Just try it for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. You can always change your voicemail back. You can always go back to the way you were doing things. It's fine. You're not going to lose that much. I'm telling you, it has worked for me. I know it's worked for Julio. I think it can work for you too. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I really hope you got some value out of this, and I will see you in the next episode.